Would you pay a couple extra $100 a month to avoid mowing the lawn and shoveling snow? Well, today I'm going to take you through 5 homes in the Waukee area. They're going to be between $215,000 and $320,000. They're all going to have shared walls and HOA fees. So the big question is the low maintenance living worth the cost of the HOA fees? So let's dive in and see. I'm right here. This is Centennial Park. Great park near all the homes I'm going to show you today. They got baseball fields and play areas, nice walking trails. Waukee High School is just right over there. The middle school is nearby, public library. This is just a great spot, and it's near all the houses I'm going to show you today. All right, these first 2 are listed by Ingrid Williams. And look, we're on the west side of Waukee, just about as far west as you can go. But everything is growing out this way. You can see all these are brand new construction, and you can see those lots over there, and there's some lots over there I'll show you when I get over there. They're just building everywhere around here. Lots of neighborhoods going up. So that's, I think, an advantage. You're kind of on the leading edge of the construction out this way. So I think that the prices will go up in the next 5 or 10 years. So good time to buy. You're 5 to 10 minutes away from the IMAX and all the restaurants over there, Culver's and McDonald's and 85 Bar and all those restaurants, and Target and Hy-Vee, and just a lot of the conveniences of Waukee are just 5 to 10 minutes down the road. Schools are nearby. They're building new schools all the time out here. Waukee is the fastest growing city in the Des Moines area, and there's a lot of reasons why. Very, very good schools in this area, and a lot of new construction, a lot of new builds in this area. We're gonna go in there and take a look at it. It's $232,900. It's got 2 beds and 1.5 baths, brand new construction. Let's go take a look. All right, here we are walking in the front door right there. This right here is the garage. So this is where you were gonna come in. It's a 2-car garage, but one of the cool things is it's a heated garage. So in our winters where you might get snow all over your car, it'll melt in here and it'll be nice and warm. And when you get in your car on the way to work, you will have a nice warm car. So I think that's pretty awesome. This is just a closet, and this is a half bath right here. And then the walkout basement area, I wouldn't call it a basement, it's not really a basement. The little porch right there, great place to have a barbecue pit. And this is the mechanics room, but it's also the laundry room. So you could have a little sitting area maybe. It's very small, but you could put a TV in here possibly and enjoy the porch and have a bathroom down here. But basically it's the place to walk in. And then upstairs, you've got everything else. So let's go take a look up here. So this is the living area right here. Walk out onto the deck or the porch, and then I would put like a little breakfast table right here. This is the kitchen area. You got an island, place for a couple of 2 or 3 chairs to feed the kids in the morning. A couple of nice cabinets there in your kitchen. And then here are the 2 bedrooms. This, I would say, is the primary bedroom, but they're both about the same size. The only reason I would say this is primary is because it's got a walk-in closet right there. Here's the shared bathroom right here between the 2 bedrooms. And this basically is the same size bedroom. It's just got a little bit smaller closet. So it's a nice house. 2 beds, 1.5 baths. So, one of the things about these shared wall type houses is you're going to have an HOA fee. So the HOA fee on this one is $160 a month. That's going to cover your lawn care and your snow removal, and a lot of times they will also cover the exterior maintenance of the building. In this case, it does on this one. So advantage, disadvantage. The advantage is that you don't have to take care of it. The disadvantage is it's $160 extra a month. On a tight budget, that may be a big deal. The advantage is you don't have to worry about it. You don't have to have, a lawnmower and the maintenance of that. You don't have to worry about getting out of your garage when it's, plenty of ice and snow. In the winter times, you don't have to worry about a lot of the things in a building like this that you would have to worry about with like owning your own home and not having an association take care of everything like the roof and siding and stuff like that. So if you're thinking about moving to something like this or maybe something a little bit bigger, give me a call. My contact information will be in the description. I'd love to help you make a smooth move. All right, this next one is just on the same road as the first one I showed you. This area is very far west, like I mentioned, but you're still only 20-minute drive from downtown because the interstate is nearby. It's very convenient. There's a lot of conveniences in this location. Also, there's going to be the future town center is going to be built nearby. So like I always talk about, everything is growing this way, and a lot of the amenities are going to be freshly built, brand new built. This is the newest area that is being built right here in the Waukee area. I just sold a house just not far down the road, probably about a half a block that way. And a lot of these builders are offering rate buy downs and a lot of stuff like that. So you are going to pay the $160 a month in this case for the HOA, but you're also going to get a rate buy down in this particular area. And I can find deals like that for you. A lot of these builders on the new construction are offering deals like that. Anyway, this one is $259.9. And it is a 3-bed, 2.5 bath. It looks like a great place. Let's go take a look. All right, let's take a look at this one. I really like the design of this. It looks a lot like some of the new builds that I've showed you on some of my other videos, just a little bit smaller. And you get a lot of nice things for this price, I think. What do you think? Let me know what you think in the comments. But anyway, electric fireplace, nice little living room area, not a bad sized kitchen and dining area right over there. And all the appliances come with this house. This is not a whole lot smaller than some of the single family dwellings that are not shared wall. Anyway, they've already planted a lot of the landscaping, and those trees are going to grow up and give you some privacy. I don't know, it might take 5 years, but I'm hoping, I would assume that they would allow you to build a little privacy fence so you can, put your barbecue pit right there, or chairs, and drink your coffee in the mornings, or barbecue in the afternoons. The half bath is right here, very convenient for the living area, and a nice pantry, good sized pantry right there. And then here is the 2-car garage. I didn't mention it on the other house, but this is no entry. So no steps coming into the house from the garage. I'm really surprised that they didn't put a heater in this garage. You can always add one. I don't know what the cost of that is, depending on what kind you get. I don't know. I really don't know the cost. But I think I would add it. I have a heated garage at my house, and it's a huge advantage. On those cold days, you get right into a nice warm car when it's pretty cold outside. The laundry room right here, right next to the primary bedroom. Very convenient. Look at the size of this bedroom. I don't know if you can tell, but there's plenty of room for a king size bed. You could either put it on that wall or on that wall. And got the tray ceilings, making it feel a little bit bigger. Natural light, even in the closet. Check it out. Very nice. The bathroom is a little, I hate saying small, because you got double vanities and a walk-in shower. I like this for this price point. You're sharing a wall, but you're not paying, you're paying the association fee, but you're getting some good benefits from that. Here's another bedroom, plenty of room even for a king size bed and a nice walk-in closet. Secondary bedrooms big enough for king size beds. I think that's pretty awesome. This one is not big enough for a king size bed. It's got a really nice sized closet right there. And here is the shared bathroom for those 2 bedrooms. Great spot. What do you think? Is this worth the price? I think it's worth the savings if you're okay with possibly, sharing a wall. And I don't know. I was about to say that you're sacrificing location, but this is a fantastic location. The area is growing this way, and they're building a town center here. You're not far from the old downtown, maybe 2 or 3 minute drive. And then you're only 5 minutes from schools and restaurants and grocery stores and all. You're going to need medical facilities and all that. So if you're thinking about moving here, my contact information will be in the description. I'd love to help. All right, this is a good location here. We are not far from the others I showed you. Centennial Park, Waukee Middle, Waukee High School is just a couple of minutes down the road that way. Parks, recreation that way, but you also got a little neighborhood park half a block that way. Kids get rambunctious. You can walk or ride your bike down to that park right over there. Great location. You're still very close to the IMAX and Hy-Vee and all the grocery stores, all the restaurants right there by the IMAX theater here in Waukee. Like I said, everything's growing out this way, so a lot of new stuff coming up. Plenty of elementary schools nearby. All the conveniences that you might want. This house here that we're going to go take a look at is $289,900. It's got 1,630 square feet of living space, 3 beds, and I think it's 2.5 baths, but it says 3 baths. We'll take a look in there and see if it's actually 3 baths. But anyway, let's go take a look. It looks pretty good. All right, so here we are walking into this one. One of the issues I thought of, there's no parking on this road. It's kind of a busy road right there in the front, near the front door, and there's no side access, and you can only get in through the garage on this side where the parking is. Anyway, guests might have a little bit of an issue, but I'm sure you could work that out. Anyway, it looks really nice. This is a nice spacious living room. It looks really good, and look at this oversized island. There is actually seating for 7 right here. And you could probably even seat more. You could fit probably 5 on this side, maybe an extra one right here, and then wrap around on this side and put 2, maybe even 3 more. The reason that is because there's no dining room area. I guess you could put a dining room, a small table right here and kind of crowd your living area. I don't think that would be a bad idea. Anyway, that to me is a small issue. Let's see, are these soft close cabinets? Yes. So that's really nice. The kitchen looks beautiful. A nice big walk-in, well, not a walk-in, but a corner pantry. Very nice. I didn't mention it, but the HOA here is $250 per month. So kind of high, but you get an internet service in addition to maintenance on the building, snow removal, and yard care, and also building maintenance. So, you get a lot of benefits. Here's the half bath that your guests would use. And let's go just take a quick look at the garage. Nothing real special. It's a 2-car garage. Nice finishes on this house. You get the backsplash, tile backsplash over there and over there. That's just the mechanics area where the furnace is and all that, hot water heater. Electric fireplace there. And let's go take a look upstairs. This primary bedroom is really, really nice. That is not a full king size bed, but you could definitely fit a king size bed right there. And you got plenty of room for a seating area right here. And they've got it set up for a TV right there. Even a little nook right there to kind of get away from everything if you wanted to come up here, drink some coffee, read a magazine, something like that. Primary bathroom is really nice. Walk-in shower, double vanity, and a nice walk-in closet. So stone countertops even in the bathroom. So this is a nice primary bedroom. This is just a laundry room, so just enough space to put a full-size laundry washer and dryer right there. Here's a shared bathroom. I mentioned outside that it's 3 baths. It's actually 2.5. The half bath down there, and then the primary bathroom, and then this one. This is the secondary bedrooms, and here is the other. Nothing real special about those. Definitely big enough for a double bed. Carpet everywhere up here. So really nice finishes, nice trim everywhere in this house. Some extras, you know, as far as like finishes, windows, insulation, that kind of thing. And this builder does a really good job. It's really obvious. And anyway, what do you think? Is it worth a little bit extra price? I personally like the last house we looked at for a little bit less money, and it feels like a little bit more open floor plan. But you know, this one has a little bit better location, not a whole lot, and a couple of little extra finishes. Which one would you choose? Let me know in the comments. All right, so this is like a townhome or a condo type little community. I like this spot. This spot is, I mean, right in the heart of Waukee. So anything you could imagine that you might need. You're close to schools, you're close to grocery stores, you're close to restaurants, medical facilities. I mean, everything you might need. This house, or condo, I should say, it has an attached garage, several amenities. You got a swimming pool, a fitness center, a community center, yard maintenance, snow removal, trash removal, all that stuff is paid for. The HOA is $300 a month. So you may want to consider what that $300 per month could get you in maybe a detached home without a shared wall. You know, you might be able to get into, I don't know. I mean, you'd have to talk to your the loan officer, but I'm thinking you could get like a $300,000 house for the same price, adding $300 per month to your mortgage. But then you'd have to take care of all that stuff. So anyway, there are trade-offs. $215,000, 3 bed, 2 bath, 1,400 square feet of living space. Let's go take a look. All right, so this one is basically a condo. This is the kitchen. It looks very nice. You know, it's not completely updated. You get the Formica countertops, but it's got lots of cabinet space in there. I would put a little bit brighter light, but that's an easy fix. And they've got a dining room area right here, which I think is I think it's a plus, and a very spacious living area right here. It makes it feel even more spacious with the vaulted ceiling. A nice touch is that you can get out onto the porch right here and enjoy the outdoors from the living area. I think that's pretty cool. Let's go look at the primary bedroom because I like it. Anyway, it's not huge, but honestly, I mean, what else are you going to be doing in here except sleeping? Maybe you come in here, there's actually a little bit of room right here by the door for a little seating area if you want to kind of escape. Another awesome escape is that same porch is you can access the deck from your bedroom, which I think is also a nice little touch. All right, so here we go, walking into the primary bathroom. You got a double vanity, a nice shower, and a walk-in closet, nice sized walk-in closet. Let's go look at some of there's 2 more secondary bedrooms over here. Here is the shared bathroom right here, and then a nice size secondary bedroom. Very nice. Here's the other secondary bedroom. It's got a little bit better walk-in closet for this one, and a little bit extra storage right here. And last thing is the washer and dryer right there. And then here is an extra pantry, extra storage. Like I said, there's plenty here, but you got even extra right there. In this condo, it's upstairs. You walk into a locked door. You have a little key fob to get in, and you walk upstairs down a hall to get to this condo. So an extra little bit of kind of safety feature for you. I think I already mentioned it. Yeah, I already talked about the HOA. So that could be a downside, but an upside is that everything is taken care of for you as far as maintenance of the building and snow removal, that kind of stuff. Anyway, this is a nice option for someone who doesn't really want to take care of that kind of stuff. And it's definitely an affordable 3-bed, 2-bath option. So anyway, if you're looking for something like this or something in another price point, I'd love to help. My contact information will be on the description. So give me a call. All right, this one is in the same area that we've been in all day. In Waukee, a lot of conveniences around here, plenty of grocery stores, elementary schools, high school, everything you're gonna need. This neighborhood is got a lot of shared wall homes, and we're gonna go take a look at one of them. So again, with the HOA, this HOA is $195 a month. So in this home that I'm going to show you is $319,990. So this is where you're gonna want to take a look at things, because you can get into a detached home for anywhere from in this price range to up to like $350, $360, and you might be able to have about the same mortgage because you're going to add this $195 to your mortgage. So if you add $200 to your mortgage, could you afford maybe a $340,000 house? Anyway, we should take a look at it. If you're looking in this range and you're thinking about this, give me a call. We can work things out. Let's talk it out. Anyway, this house here, $319,990. It's 3 beds and 3 baths, and it's got 1,900 square feet of living space. It's a fantastic home. Let me go show you. I really like this model. It's got some open spaces. It doesn't feel, too cramped. And 3 beds, 3 baths is pretty hard to beat. Anyway, here's the living area. Those are small. That's small furniture. If you had bigger furniture, it might feel a little bit more crowded, but I doubt it. It looks really good. Electric fireplace. That dining room table is quite large, and it doesn't really crowd the area. You've got a nice corner pantry right here with plenty of room for everything you need. Stone countertops. You've got a deck outside. Let's go look at the deck. In this particular house, there's not that great of a view, but you can get a house similar to this that has maybe a better view. But nice deck included on this house for your barbecue pit, or just some chairs to enjoy the beautiful weather that we always have in spring, summer, and fall here in Iowa. LVP floors. Here is the primary bedroom. The primary bedroom is not huge, but it's definitely big enough. Plenty of room for a king-size bed. In here in the primary bathroom, well, it is a double vanity, walk-in shower, and a nice walk-in closet. Nice big window letting in lots of light right here. And let's go look at, there's a second bedroom here. Here is the bathroom for the second bedroom. I think it would have been really nice to just add a door to this wall right here that you could get right into that bathroom, because you're not sharing with anybody. Anyway, that's a full-size bed, just to give you an idea of what the size of the room is. But it's a very large room for a secondary bedroom. And here is the laundry room and 2-car garage. I'm going to walk you in because there's a nice little alcove right there that you could use to put a workbench, or maybe a freezer if you're like a lot of people who like to keep an extra freezer in their house for, I don't know, just extra food storage, or maybe a refrigerator too. And one of my favorites is in the basement. You got a finished basement down here, a nice living area, and a bedroom down here, nice size. I'm going to show you the walk-in closet because it's nice size too. Right here, a bathroom that, here you go, The bathroom that person, well, none of the people in this house have to share a bathroom, which is fantastic. I don't usually bring you into these areas, but this is a nice storage area in addition to everything else that this house offers. So I say it all the time, you know, this is a great area because you kind of have your private space down here. Maybe nobody comes down here. Maybe you do. Maybe the family shares with you quite a bit, but this is, I think, an advantage to be down here, your own little space. The only thing you don't have here is a kitchen. Anyway, we saw some great houses today. All of them very, very affordable. Fantastic location. Waukee is just growing and growing, and that's because it's got some great amenities here in Waukee. If you're looking, you know, if you're thinking about moving here in the next 3 to 6 months, maybe 9 months, give me a call. We can work things out, and I'll give you a custom list that checks all your boxes of what you're looking for: price range, beds and baths, you know, the kind of kitchen you want, backyard fenced in for your dogs, that kind of thing. So anyway, give me a call. I'd love to help. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.